Hey guys, welcome back to Metroid Prime. Last episode we collected a bunch of stuff after getting bombs and wasted a bunch of time trying to sequence break,
As you do.
as you do. The life of a speedrunner. He said, "Let me save 1 minute by wasting 10." We're going to be taking on the boss of Chozo Ruins today. This one's kind of a weird one. How do you access it? And on this giant tree room, this room with the giant tree in the middle, you have to scan more of these runic symbols in order to unlock the door. And their locations are kind of a little weird. Um, I mean, there's some of them that are just plainly obvious, like right in front of the tree, and the other ones with it blocked with venom weed. But then there's gonna be one that's gonna be really kind of hard to see.
They're kind of awkward to scan too. Like I don't like that venom weed one because half the time you try to scan it, if like one blade of grass is back, you actually scan that instead of the marker itself,
Yeah,
which is kind of annoying.
it is kind of annoying. If I could get out of Morphall.
Yeah, I love how the
It's
game
like,
is telling you you have no space to get out when there's nothing above you.
yeah, that tends to happen quite often with me, and I'm like, what do you mean I'm too small? Oh, the hint system. Oh, the glorious hint system. And the Warlock's just did not because of the hint system. I got knocked off the freaking
Yeah,
tree.
this is
So
about
Oh,
right
that's
for this
great.
section.
I'm just like, this stupid freaking war wasp knocked me all the way down. I hate when that happens. Just like,
Don't you love it when the game refuses you progress?
yeah. Hey, at least it didn't glitch out like that one time whenever I when I in my prime let's play. I still don't understand how I got that stuck on the screen like that. That
Sometimes,
was
yeah, the
weird.
hint system does just bug the heck out. I mean, if you're sequence breaking, it is recommended to turn that thing off because it gets ultra confused. Like, you can get the double jump in the very beginning of the game, but the hint system still tells you later on to get the double jump. So, it's super confused.
Yeah. I think what happened when I was doing that was I was going so fast. It was when I was getting beam later called the plasma beam, and I was he went through that room so fast and got through that section. As soon as I entered the room I needed to be in, and the hint system came up right when I was going through the door to go in the room that I needed to be in. So it got like really confused. It's like, wait a sec, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean you're here already? I
I haven't even given you the hint yet.
haven't even given you a hint yet. I missed one. I think I missed one, if I remember correctly. Ugh.
Oh, how dare you!
That's why
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like
kind of an
ruining
annoying
symbols.
section.
If I can remember where it's at. I said, I can't even remember where it's at. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? I don't even remember where it's at. I remember the one that's right behind the door, so you don't have to worry about it. I was just like, where is it?
There's like also one that's somewhat out of view too, like on the tree, which is very easy to miss. Or like around that area.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, yeah, this one. Yeah, this one kind of blends in with the wall, which doesn't help.
And then we get access to the boss chamber. um, I I forgot to mention that the Prime Trilogy version has an achievement system. Um, basically you can unlock achievements for doing a lot of certain tasks in the game, and you get like credits, which is used to unlock certain things that was like in the GameCube version, like the gallery mode and stuff like that. Those credit trade that. So it's kind of a neat
Yeah.
little reward system that allows you to say, hey, you can you trade in your accomplishments for more stuff. I wish more Nintendo games had stuff like that. Xenoblade has an achievement system in it too. I know most modern games have just a flat out achievements system or trophy system.
I
But
mean, the
those don't
modern
really
games
give
are
you stuff in
useless
game
with that
to
though,
do.
which
So
sucks.
yeah. But we're fighting our first major boss of the game, Flaahgra or whatever you want to call him. He's a giant sickle praying mantis that comes out of this freaking flower. And he's causing the water to be poisoned here in Chozo Ruins. He's like a
This
praying
boss
mantis
fight
centipede hybrid.
is interesting for a multitude of reasons. Like, if you're here with double jump, this boss fight is extremely busted because you could just jump to his weak spots and bomb him immediately,
Yeah.
pretty much skipping everything about this fight.
Be sure to scan his tail. His tail is part of the scan book, so be sure to scan that because that's missable. I mean, he's missable and his tail is missable. I remember when I first played this game, I missed the tail and I was like, "What am I missing?" And then I found out it was the tail. I was like, "Ah, dang it!"
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of boss fights. Just pretty much scan anything that has a highlight on it just to be safe.
Yeah. So basically, what we have to do is we have to stun him by shooting him. And then we go over to his sunlight, little sun panel. We have to knock it back to get rid of his sunlight. Then we come over here and we bomb his thing. But like Lester said, you can just double jump over here, get a morph ball real quick, and bomb near the bomb slot, and it activates it still.
Yeah, it was just a weird thing with how the bomb slots work with Metroid Prime 1 specifically, because you don't have to put a bomb in the center of it. If you have the bomb like somewhere near it, the explosion is close enough to trigger it, which is really weird, and they fix this for later Prime games. But you can still do that in this version.
Speaking of something that was fixed with this version, in the NTSC GameCube version of this game, this boss music is kind of glitched. It just plays the first loop of this track for some reason. In the PAL versions, they didn't have this problem, and since the trilogy version is based on the PAL version, we have Flaahgra's music fixed for this version.
It's a weird bug that most people didn't even realize was a bug back in the day.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like you just hear the dun 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 dun. That's the whole music that plays in the GameCube version. It doesn't even have the music play.
That's so weird.
It is weird. I don't know what caused that, but
yeah, I think it was like a bug with like certain files they had. Just I guess was encoded right to play like, the rest of the song. So it just got stuck on loop.
Just got stuck on a loop of 3 beats in a. It's like Jason Voorhees music.
Yeah, when people played this trilogy version for the first time, like, wait a minute. Did they remaster the Flaahgra boss music? This sounds entirely different. Like, no, this is how it's supposed to sound. Someone just didn't finish the code right on the GameCube. And it sounded weirder because it wasn't a full song. You had 5 seconds.
He only had 5 seconds of the music track playing.
Wow.
I like this boss, though. This boss is one of my favorite bosses in the game because of just how weird he is. He's a very unique boss. And it's nice to see something that isn't, a reused boss from Metroid in general. Because they tend to reuse a lot of bosses, like Kraid, Ridley, and some other ones.
This game really only has Ridley as a reused boss, but originally they did plan to have Kraid in the game too. Like there was even concept art for Kraid being a boss fight in this game, but it was scrapped.
Yeah. And it's very much more unique than Prime 2, because Prime 2, a lot of their bosses is just like Guardians. Power Guardians.
Yeah, a lot of it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the prequel to Breath of the Wild, in a sense.
Yeah. At least they don't have that dreaded piano music that plays.
I mean, they should.
Yeah.
I honestly should.
And now that we defeated Flaahgra, the water in Chozo Ruins is not toxic anymore. So if you won't take damage in the water anymore. We're actually gonna have to come back into this room later. They'll lock you out as soon as you come through here, but yeah.
Look, you got
Reward
the
is
S
actually
power.
one reason why it's time to get my shoulder pads back.
Damn, what football team are you going to be a part of? The Space Pirates. Oh, no, don't do that. That's the bad guys.
Jesus, we're going in hard. Strap in.
Oh,
Well, I think we
God.
strapped in hard enough because now we got shoulder pads.
You had to put that clip in
I
there.
don't know. That clip always makes me smile every time I see it. I'm sorry, I had to put it in somewhere.
It is a good clip, though, so.
World Gallery unlocked. Well, you got the Various Suit. Various Suit protects you from heat and extreme temperatures.
It
So
also does give you more defense at this point.
Yeah. So any enemy that attacks you, you'll take less damage than you would before. So, like I said before, you could go to Magmore Caverns right now, but it wouldn't do you any good.
Yeah,
you
that's
need
the
to
heat
have
area.
Yeah, it's Magmore Caverns is a lava-filled room, very heated area. You might want to get the Various Suit before you go and do so. So
When I first
again,
played, I didn't know where the Various Suit was, and I did make my way through Magmore Caverns. I made it through the whole section to get to the next area. It wasn't fun, though. I almost died multiple times. So it's possible.
I think
This may not work out well.
it's just not work out.
But Lester, I thought you liked dying in video games.
I'm good.
I'm sorry I had to use that JonTron clip. I love that JonTron clip.
It is a good clip.
It's funny. And every time I use it, my dog looks at the computer screen because of the squeak noise.
Yeah.
But we're here at Magmore Caverns. The ultra heated. Basically, this level is not even really a level. It's just a passageway to the other levels.
Yeah, of all the different areas in the game, Magmore Caverns is definitely the smallest, but it's not supposed to be like this full-fledged area. Like, remember before, it was in a previous video, I said, like, each area does have, like, a major boss. Magmore Caverns is that one exception. There's no boss fight here.
As much as you would think, it's like, hey, fire area, that's kind of important, right? Yeah, it's not really that important in this game because, well, it's more of, like I said, the transport between all worlds. So, I'm trying to scan this one enemy right here, this snail enemy here. The only time that you'll probably really see this enemy, you just use a missile to kill it. Did I mention before that I really like the effects of this game? Like the steam comes up through Samus's visor, and you can kind of get steamed up a little bit.
It's a nice effect, and it does that
Yeah,
with a
it's a nice
lot of
effect.
different things.